YouTube and the tribe of the horror realm. It's Chris and Teresa, and we're doing our video recap from our experience at Monster Mania 20 at Hunt Valley this past weekend in Maryland. Some of you saw our slideshow version, which can only say so much because I'm trying to sync it up with the movie pictures and can't go on with some really good details and such. But we actually took the trek out there Thursday night. Based from where we are, it's a 7.5-hour drive without any problems, and more if you're going to have traffic. So we left here probably about 7:30 Thursday evening and arrived Friday morning at 3 o'clock. And just in time to decompress for a short bit and then put on a couple of outrageous get-ups and get to the hotel for a 5:45 roll call for promotional videos. We took up before to Dave Hagen on going there and being in some live promo videos that were going to be on the local news to promote the event. So we did that for a few hours until we couldn't even see straight and had to go back to the hotel room and pass out, which we did until just before the convention started, which is around 5 o'clock. We of course, also before we even get going on it, we do want to say thank you to 410 Goodfellas, Tim, who we finally got a chance to meet in person and hang out with that weekend. We had a great time. If you haven't seen his channel, and I know a lot of you have, because he's pretty popular, and they were recognizing him at the convention as a YouTube celebrity. Anyhow, it was great to see him, and buddy, we appreciate everything. Hope to do it again soon. When we got there, the first thing we did is, of course, head right to the John Carpenter line. We didn't want to be stuck on a long line, and we had a pretty good spot. We were in the first 2 dozen, I guess, and by the time we got there, Teresa had asked me what I was going to ask the guy. Now, being such a huge Halloween fan, I've seen all the documentaries and interviews and read interviews. I have a book just on essays on John Carpenter films. So I've kind of got a lot of insight on the matter. So I didn't know what the heck I could ask him that he hasn't already answered. So I decided at the last minute to kind of ask him, as I said, the George Lucas question. If you could change one thing in your film, and you could change it a lot, or if, as I said to him, if you were going to be George Lucas and screw the thing up, which he chuckled at, what would you change? And in the John Carpenter way, he's like, good question. I get rid of the fucking palm trees. So it was really great a chance to meet him. And now, in the past, I've actually worked with horror celebrities at my twins are getting involved now. I had a job at Spooky World. I worked in the sports memorabilia business, so I've done worked with sports celebrities, and I've never been one to go gaga over one. But John Carpenter, I was like a little kid. I'm sure half the time going back, I was telling Teresa, I can't believe I met John Carpenter. So it was a great experience. We got to meet Tommy Lee Wallace, production designer and the man who made the decision to pick up the William Shatner mask and make it so iconic. Great guy. He's really happy now that people are giving some love to Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Really tall guy. I was really surprised how tall he is. And he towers over it. And Charles Cyphers, a stock actor for Carpenter. Again, really nice guy, very friendly. Let's see, Brian Andrews, of course, who a lot of you guys who go on the Halloween board know him on there. it's a guy that likes what he does, and he can be very self-effacing, and a cheery guy, and I think he likes meeting his different fans and all. PJ Souls, what can you say about PJ? She's just awesome.
She is so sweet. I loved her.
And when the first day she was rocking a Bride of Frankenstein shirt, of course, which really impressed Teresa, who was wearing her Bella shirt, so they had to compare notes. PJ is an absolute doll. If you ever get a chance to go to a convention, you have to stop by her table. You will fall in love with her. She's awesome. So with the original Halloween cast, what we did was we were trying to figure out what we wanted to get signed by them, and in lieu of actually what I normally do with one sheets, we wanted to put something in the curio case, and guys over at X Creation had this great pumpkin that they had come up with replica from Friday the 13th, here we go. From the original Halloween, even with the slice of the nose and all the little dimple marks on it. Can sit right on top of a LED light, so it can light up, but in this case we ended up getting original cast members and people involved to sign the piece, and hopefully we'll just keep bringing it along and adding more to it. We also got to meet a guy who is just an absolute just full of life, and everyone should just know him by simply as the Atkins. Tom Atkins. What a guy. He knows it. He'll admit it. I actually had him sign, I don't know if I'm going to be able to open this up properly, but my Maniac Pop 1 sheet. He signed it right at the bottom with his character name, Frank McRae, to go along with the William Lustig autograph, and he asked how William was doing since he hasn't seen him in a while. I guess he was figuring that he might be, I don't know, something of that accord. But Atkins is great. I think, what did he stumble into you? What did he say to you?
He said,
"Don't worry, keep smiling."
Yeah, don't worry, keep smiling. It can't be that bad.
With PJ, we also, not only that, but we also had her I don't know if I bother even unraveling it, but where the heck did she sign it? This, of course, we had her added her too. I think a lot for Teresa. Carry one sheet to go along with William Cat, so we're hoping to get more. She actually thinks Sissy Spacek would love to do a convention because the type of personality she is, but she's probably just not aware of it. So hopefully someone will get word to her, because it would be awesome to get Carrie there. We also, it's the other side of it. We also got to meet Bill Ostrander. He played Buddy Repperton, the bully in John Carpenter's Christine. A really great guy, and he took some time to also do a video shout out to YouTuber Will, WBB 500, who unfortunately was not able to make it to that show, and certainly is a big Christine fan. Oh, and of course we saw Christine.
Yes, we did. That was awesome.
The first thing we walked up to the convention, she was right out there with her owners, and amazingly enough, she's a lot lighter color. She is more of an orange tone than red tone, but if you see the photographs, it does photograph darker on camera, so not a surprise that when you watch the film, it comes across being more like a
cherry red.
a cherry red when it's got more of an orange tint to it. And I asked the guy what it looked like when he was able to get this car 10 years ago, and he said it was a piece of shit. It looked worse than the one in the movie, and it took him 10 years to get to where it is.
But it was well worth it because it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's great. He's got it all remote starter. Has the headlights to go on. He's got it to kick on the radio, and it's actually it's synced to loop to Bad to the Bone. And he also has big tailpipes, so it will shoot out flames. He hasn't been able to get it to rev, which he would like to do, because that would be great to have a thing creep. That camera's going to get knocked over because of so much. Alright, anyhow, we also got to go downstairs and meet a number of people, one of which was Zach Galligan from Gremlins, who said it wasn't the easiest thing to do with working with the Gremlins because they break down all the time, and Joe Dante's really demanding.
That it was the most horrible thing to do because they had to wait for these things to be fixed and all this stuff, and it just took a long time to make the movie. But he was really great though. He was really nice, and I think he really enjoyed meeting his fans. You to actually take the time, and I was very surprised. A lot of people had a lot of Gremlin stuff that they got signed.
And Teresa didn't exactly know what she wanted to get signed. We were figuring she might get a picture, but we actually were able to cut a deal with the owner of Amok Time, who was a great guy and happens to be a classic horror film fan. So we sat around chatting with him about old films. And what did you get, honey?
I got Gizmo. And he signed his ear for me. And Gizmo offered us a note.
You doing an erectile thing? It's okay.
But
Just freaked out so much.
Yeah, he doesn't like it too much.
We also got to meet a few other people from Full Moon. Of course, there was a unusual reunion. They were doing, of course, Reanimator with Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton. Could also be From Beyond. But then they added a guy who hasn't done a convention in 10 years. Jonathan Fuller, a.k.a. Giorgio from Castle Freak. So it turned into a Castle Freak reunion. Where else would you find Castle Freak together after all these years but at a Monster Mania convention? I mean, it was fantastic.
He was awesome. He was the sweetest and nicest guy.
Yeah, we got to spend a lot of time with Jonathan Fuller. I think maybe because a lot of people don't realize who he was.
Yeah, but he was so sweet.
Great guy. He's down in Alabama teaching at a school now, teaching acting and doing theater in his hometown. He went back. He went back and married a childhood sweetheart. So things are going really good for Jonathan Fuller, and we saw him a number of times throughout the weekend, and he was always just would stop to chat with us,
yeah.
And we thank him greatly for giving so much time. Great guy. I'm going to grab the other thing.
Okay.
Talk about who you met on Saturday.
Okay. We didn't get to meet